Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BlueMaxima Reviews Virtue's Last Reward. Now, there's something I want to say. I have tried recording this review 3 to 4 times already, and I cannot seem to find the right balance between spoiler footage and actual gameplay footage that is useful. So this is going to be me ranting on video for a couple of minutes. The original 999... Actually, before I say that, people ask me sometimes, did I actually finish the games I review before I review them? And that's a very good question. It's, you know, you can ask it. It's a fair question. Let me tell you something. I did. This time I did. Funny thing is, it's only my 3rd platinum, next to Burning Skies and Gravity Rush. I'm pretty sure you can figure out which one I would tell you to get, and which one I would tell you to ignore. But, let me tell you something else as well. The game came out a couple of days ago. And it came out my local time, roughly Wednesday, 9 AM, I believe. Yes, Wednesday, 9 AM. It is now Saturday, 11:30 AM. I finished the game this morning. Didn't play it at all on Wednesday because I had other videos and work to do. But on Thursday, Friday, and today is the only times I've played this game. Now, over those 3 days, this is how much playtime I've put in. Yes, it is a fixed focus, thank God. It actually makes my videos tolerable. But if I just zoom it in here, you can get the rough idea. 34 hours in 2.5 days. If that doesn't tell you what I think about this game right off the bat, I will tell you right now. It is a fucking fantastic game. It is worthy to be in everyone's game collections. It is worthy to be included in any 100 best games of all time list. It is worthy of any award you can give it. Whether it be fantastic puzzle design, whether it be fantastic visual novel design, whether it be fantastic writing, sound acting. I can't heap enough praise on this game, and I know people are going to ignore it. And here's why. The original 999 was an escape the room puzzle game with heavy visual novel elements. Heavy meaning it was more of the game than the escape the room puzzles were. It came out on the DS a couple of years ago, and I picked it up because I remembered hearing the name somewhere and thinking, okay, yeah, I've heard of this. I might as well pick it up. And they had a flash demo on the internet back around the time of the game's launch. So I played it, and I got so badly hooked, I went and ordered a copy off Amazon the next day, and, well, the game was brilliant. There is no other word to describe it. It was absolutely brilliant. The story was amazing. It was like a choose-your-own-adventure, so like multiple paths you could go down, and there's different things that could happen, which was really, really sweet. And yeah, and the escape the room puzzles were legendarily good. Virtue's Last Reward... Actually, no, I almost forgot. But 999 had a small amount of problems. I will admit this. To this day, it stands as my favourite DS game of all time, but admittedly, it still had its problems. Virtue's Last Reward gets rid of all of them. It fixes every single problem the original game had. How does that happen? How is there ever a sequel that is better than the original game? I don't know. But Virtue's Last Reward is quite literally that good. It fixes so many problems. With 999, you would note how you have to repeat the first puzzle over and over again. That's fixed. For the text that was going too slow, that was fixed as well. For the well, actually, that was really the only two problems, wasn't it? Oh, the graphics. I mean, like, well, you couldn't do much with the DS. Most of it was pre-rendered frames in motion video. The new platforms allow actual 3D graphics, which is, yeah, they are improved as well. The soundtrack is better. It's remixed. Some of it's remixed from the original 999 soundtrack. Some of it's brand new. It's all brilliant. It's all awesome to listen to. The visual novel sections of the game are amazing. The story is on par with 999, if not above it. It is just brilliant. You can't go wrong with it. It is a brilliant story about deception and all sorts of elements that I'm not going to go digging into, but let's just say 999 had a story as convoluted as this, and it still managed to take my pants off. It's just, it works really well, but I don't want to say anything, because if I say anything, I'll spoil it, and I don't want to spoil it, because going in with a sense of discovery is the way you should really treat this game. But you should play 999 first. If you get the chance, play 999 first. Because, yeah, because 999's story does directly tie into this game. And, yeah, you have to do it, because the references, you'll actually see the references and think, oh god, really, can't be this person. But yeah, you'll need the DS game, which is on Amazon for like $20 if I recall, and it's well worth the money. That game will keep you occupied for 15 hours at least. Yeah, but the story is brilliant. It's like Choose Your Own Adventure, just like the original 999, but it's got even more choices behind it. It's got more in-depth storytelling, and it's got voice acting. It's got voice acting, which is absolutely marvelous. Like, how does that even happen? Marvelous voice acting in a visual novel game like this. It just boggles the mind. How does something like this even happen? It's like against the laws of nature. But, the voice acting is absolutely great. I was playing the English dub, by the way. If you're in the US, I believe, you get both the English and Japanese dubs. I was playing English. English is great. That's all I have to say about that. But, yeah, it's brilliant. The voice acting is brilliant. I don't know what the hell happened. It's just brilliant. Yeah, but anyway, moving along from the visual novel, yeah, and there's a lot of paths and a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense early on, but once you've done everything else will start to make sense. I know it sounds like a crazy man rambling on, which is really what this video has been doing for about 7.5 minutes at this point. But, yeah, it's brilliant. It's well worth a try if you could pick this game up for the story alone. I mean, god damn, it'd be worth it. Oh yeah, that was another problem with 999. With the puzzles, you had to do them every time. So if you came across a puzzle that you had to repeat, yeah, you didn't have to do it. So you can repeat. Well, if you repeat a puzzle by accident, which by the way doesn't even happen. In your first full go around of the game, that doesn't happen, unless you choose to go like really vanilla and go from top to bottom again every time you want to restart the game, which is, to be honest, quite dull. But yeah, if you want to do that, because you can jump to other scenes like you would expect a good visual novel to do. That was another thing with 999. You couldn't jump to a specific scene. In this game you can, and for some reason it actually makes sense in the story, but I'll leave that to you to find out. So, yeah, that was someone just beeping me on MSN. Great. But yeah, basically, yeah, the story is brilliant. Makes perfect sense, especially with multiple endings and all that. And yeah, it's well worth picking up for the storyline. But the puzzles. What can I say about the puzzles? Chunsoft did 999 absolutely perfectly when it came to puzzles. No red herrings, no dead ends, no time limits. Basically meant you couldn't be led astray, couldn't be led to a point where you had to restart a puzzle, and you could take as long as you like. That's brilliant. And the puzzles are very good. They don't try and trick you in any way. They just work. They are very fun to work through. And yeah, I can't say anything against them because they're just that good. Yeah, it's just brilliant. That's all I have to say. The puzzles are brilliant. They work really well. They were designed really well. They were great. What else do I have to say? Well, yeah. Problem with this game, it eats up your life. Do not buy this if you have a life, because you will be gone from your life for 2 to 3 days while you figure out what the hell happens. It was the same case with 999, but it wasn't so bad because the game wasn't as long. It was like 10 to 15 hours at most, I think. I don't remember how long I spent on that game, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, the game is brilliant at sucking up your time. You will want to know what happens to these people. You start caring for them. You start forming relationships with them. Every time you play the game, you'll come across a different perspective to everything. And yeah, and then the end where it all gets turned on its head, and then gets turned on its head again, and then gets turned on its head again, and again, and again, and again, and again. It just gets... It's still amazing, though, just to watch it all unfold. Just playing through all the very well-designed puzzles, and finding secret clues and all that, and just, yeah, it's an amazing game. But I know people are going to ignore it because it's just a heavy visual novel with some escape-the-room puzzles in it. But it is worth every single penny you can scrounge for it. And the prequel too, 999. They are both worth... they're both worth so much money. They really are. They are two of the best games I've ever played. They are two of my favourite games of all time. And, well, let's just say Zero Escape Volume 3 is going to be a really long and really hard wait. This has been BlueMaxima reviewing Virtue's Last Reward, and I guess 999 at this point, since I've mentioned it enough. But the final verdict is, buy both of them right now. Yeah, you just watched a bloody wooden desk for 11 and a half minutes. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I couldn't do it without spoiling anything. So, yeah, this has been BlueMaxima. This has been BlueMaxima? Yeah. Just buy the games, please. They are really, really, really good.